In the cold embrace of the sea, the lonely lighthouse of Wickworth stands tall against the howling winds, a silent sentinel keeping guard over a coast that whispers tales of the ethereal. Legend has it that the crestfallen spirits of those lost to the ocean's wrath find solace within its sturdy walls, their ghostly presences a shroud over the stoic structure. Tonight, we venture into the heart of the Wickworth Lighthouse's haunted past. The first keeper of Wickworth, old Elijah Gray, faced more than just the solitude inherent to his role. He spoke of evenings when the air grew unnaturally cold, and the echo of a distant melancholic singing seeped through the walls. It was on one particularly tempestuous night that Elijah witnessed a spirit for the first time. The figure of a sorrowful sailor, drenched and draped in seaweed, stood at the top of the lighthouse, gazing longingly out to sea. Elijah never dared to speak a word to the spectral sailor, who appeared whenever the fog rolled in thick and the bell of a sunken ship tolled from the depths. Years passed and Elijah became part of the lighthouse's lore. His successor, young Thomas Hargrove, arrived with skepticism in his heart. Thomas dismissed the tales as figments of a lonesome mind, until the night he woke to a chill not of this world and the sight of a blurry silhouette at his bedside. It was a gentlewoman in a tattered gown, her eyes hollow with grief. She reached out as if to convey a silent plea before vanishing into the shadows. Thomas spent countless nights researching the archives, unearthing a story of a bride who had plunged into the ocean, her heart broken by her sailor's untimely demise. These encounters became the unspoken rites of passage for every guardian of Wickworth, yet none was as profoundly changed as young Amelia Warren. A fearless soul, Amelia embraced the isolation, her company the endless tapestry of waves and the cries of seagulls. That was until Amelia stumbled upon the lighthouse's darkest secret, the phantom of a child, her giggles echoing through the spiral staircase, her small, wet footprints a haunting imprint on the dusty floor. The child was playful, mischievous, moving objects and hiding Amelia's belongings. The keeper learned of a shipwreck from decades past, a doomed vessel that had taken a family to the depths, the youngest member never found. As years flowed like the relentless tides, the lighthouse grew into a haven for lost spirits. Some say it's the beacon's light that draws them, the hope of being seen, of signaling to distant, living eyes their existence amidst oblivion. Others believe it's the lighthouse's stoic solitude, a place where the echoes of their earthbound pain can find a listener in the keepers who walk the lonely corridors. The lighthouse keeper's logs bear scant mention of these encounters, each entry a cryptic dance around the truth of what their eyes had seen and hearts had felt. Yet, the local townsfolk have their stories of nights when they'd see lights flicker in rhythmic patterns, or hear the lighthouse bell toll when no fog was to be seen. Fishermen speak of days when their nets come up heavy, not with the day's catch, but with objects lost to the sea. Rings, lockets, pieces of a shattered past, perhaps offerings from the spirits within. On certain nights, when the moon is but a sliver and the waves whisper hushed secrets, you can hear the soft hum of a lullaby drifting from the lighthouse. It's a sound that stirs the soul, a tune that ties the mortal plane to the ethereal realm, a bridge between the keepers and the kept. The lighthouse, they say, is never really empty. Its history written not just in logs and ledgers, but woven into the very fabric of the night. As the creak of the lighthouse door signals the end of another day, the latest keeper, an old soul by the name of Samuel, prepares for the nocturnal symphony that is his to witness alone. The soft glow of the lantern spills across the floor, casting shadows that move with an agency of their own. Samuel smiles, knowing that his spectral charges are stirring. The lonely sailor, the heartbroken bride, the playful child, all remnants of lives once lived, now part of the lighthouse's eternal watch. Samuel ascends the spiral staircase, each step a note in the lullaby, reaching the beacon that pierces the darkness. The light sweeps across the ocean, a beacon for the living and a beacon for the haunting memories of the ones tied to the lighthouse. The keeper knows that these spirits are not to be feared but understood, remnants of the past seeking comfort in the steadfast presence of Wickworth's light. And so, as the stars blanket the sky and the sea laps against the shore, the spooky spirits of the lonely lighthouse continue their vigil. In the warm embrace of the beams that stretch out into the night, they find a semblance of peace, a momentary respite from their eternal wandering. They are the unseen keepers of seafaring tales, witnesses to the fragile boundary between this world and the next. And as the lighthouse stands resolute, its light a steadfast guide, we are reminded that in the places we deem desolate, stories and souls are forever intertwined.